Lately, we have been witnessing a pile of new events that no longer happen daily, but from hour to hour. Crisis in the Middle East. The US is bombing Iran. Iran threatens retaliation and nuclear weapons. The world is in total madness. Every day, new shit happens. That's why today we have 3 new videos about UFO phenomena. A new boomerang UFO video comes to us from Texas Amarillo. In it we see a classic V-shape, or so-called boomerang UFO. The video is from 2024. A hunter named L. Miller had infrared equipment for night observation with him. What he accidentally recorded resembles a classic V-shape, already seen multiple times around the world. The object flew silently, without sound, without flickering. What's particularly interesting about this video is that we have precise data about when it was filmed, how it was filmed, and who recorded it. The video immediately attracted attention on Reddit, where it was shared by user Maxwell Logan. It is assumed that this is exotic technology from some secret, black-budget military program. Another video about a sphere now comes to us from China. Briefly, the story goes like this. A witness on June 5th, around 7 p.m., near the Xiaoku Reservoir in Beijing, saw and filmed a metallic spherical aircraft that flew silently and occasionally appeared from behind trees. After seeing a similar object from Colombia, he decided to seek help in identifying this unusual phenomenon. Based on this, we can conclude only one thing. People are publishing almost daily footage of something flying above their heads and behaving strangely. Whether these objects are human-made, whether they are non-human, or someone is just having a good laugh to make a good story, or something is watching and measuring us, I believe we will witness the development of events very soon. Speaking of the sphere bug from Colombia, that's where the story really heated up. So they tried to steal it, and then the famous American doctor got involved, researcher, and one of the most famous activists for revealing the truth about UFO phenomena and extraterrestrial contacts, Dr. Stephen Greer. In my opinion, a very strange character. Something about him isn't right. But I won't dwell on this topic because I still think the story is being pumped up for who knows what reason. Let's move on to an interesting video of a good old flying saucer that comes to us from Jeremy Corbell, an American documentarian and researcher known for his work on topics related to UFOs, secret military projects, and phenomena outside official sources. Jeremy states that this footage, filmed on November 23, 2020 by a military source, is something that he and George have been checking and verifying for several years. They are confident in its authenticity, and many members of the intelligence community and Department of Defense have seen it. And here, the story really heats up. Jeremy admits that the first video is quite difficult to understand. You can barely see something falling out of the top of the screen, moving left, and then making a sharp turn. But here's the twist. The military has officially labeled this footage as UAP and described the object as a saucer. Yes, you heard right. The military says saucer. The second video shows the same object playing hide and seek with clouds. The official report from military structures reads, UAP uses clouds for concealment. So this thing is consciously hiding. Jeremy says he really didn't want to release this footage because it has problems. The military touched it, enlarged it, slowed it down to 60% speed, enhanced the contrast. The result? The video has a glitch where the object seems to jump out of the cloud, although the original footage shows a smooth trajectory. But what's craziest about the whole story? The thermal camera shows no trace of propulsion. No smoke, flames, exhaust, nothing. This object moves through the air like a ghost, and the only thing you see is how it disturbs the clouds around it. That's not a digital error, says Jeremy. That's physical impact on the environment. And here we come to the heart of the problem. The military has footage from multiple sensors of the same event, but Jeremy hasn't seen them. Still, he's convinced they exist. What we're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg, so we have a triangle of situations. The military knows these objects well enough to classify them as discs. The objects behave as if they have consciousness and strategy, and we ordinary mortals are watching footage that's been so touched up that we no longer know what's real and what's editing. The question is just one: how much longer will this hiding game last? Because as things stand, it seems we're already deep in a story we don't understand. So, another day, another story that reminds us we live in times where the boundaries between reality and science fiction are increasingly blurred. Maybe these objects are our secret technology. Maybe they're something completely different. The only thing we know for certain is that we don't know enough. Time will tell whether we're on the threshold of the greatest discovery in human history, or we're simply getting lost in a labyrinth of disinformation and conspiracy theories. But while we wait for answers, we remain alert, we remain curious, we remain skeptical. That's all for today from the Time Compass channel. Because the truth is always somewhere between what we see and what they tell us.